Hello, everybody. I am Susie Valentine. I am a psychic, a Theta Healing master instructor, and I connect starseeds. So I started this live because I wanted to give you some extra support around the Theta Healing modality. So in this live, we're going to do this is energy healing session. Well, I'm going to do it on myself, just as an example of how to do a healing session on yourself, what Theta Healing is more about. About a year ago, I kind of took a step back from Theta Healing. I stopped teaching it, and actually next week is my last course. We're going to do DNA 3, which is going to be very exciting, starting on the 29th of April. If you're interested, you can still join, by the way. Look at fromheadtoheart.com. But I kind of took a step back. I got a little bit overwhelmed running my business. It got a bit too much. So I took a step back and I was like, what do I really want in life? And it kind of still took me a year. I took a lot of time for myself, figuring things out, allowing myself to be in the limbo for a while, because I do know pushing doesn't help. With my energy, I just kept hearing hibernate, hibernate, hibernate. So that's what I did. And then bits started opening up. And then on some level, I'm still in two minds. Am I going to go back to teaching Theta Healing, or am I going to do something else that's going to be in the alternative space? So I'm doing lots of psychic readings for people. But there's still a little bit within me that feels like teaching Theta Healing isn't completely finished. And the reason why is, even though I took a step back from teaching it and promoting it and sharing it mostly, I've still been using this modality pretty much every day. I've been doing a lot of self-belief work sessions because it's so powerful when you feel like you have a block or something is not really flowing for you or not really working out, and you can identify what beliefs are subconsciously linked to it and shift these, because everything in life, all the experiences on some level that you attract, in my opinion, create your reality. And actually science has also is discovering this more and more and more. And it's also, I think science has said that about 80 to 90% of the decisions that you're making on a daily basis are influenced by your belief system, and mostly your subconscious belief system. So you're not even aware of what's influencing you, but it's constantly steering you in your life. So that's why I love Theta Healing. That's why I've been using it so much. And that's also why I love for more people to really get familiar with this modality and apply it in their lives. Because yes, it takes a little bit of time to learn, but it's really fun. And it's just so freeing. It's so empowering. Anyway, that's why I'm kind of still in two minds if I'm going to continue teaching or if next week is going to be my last course. But we will see. I am very excited to teach next week. It's going to be so much fun. But today we are going to do an example of a self-healing session. So you can really get familiar with how does this work, right? Because when you learn Theta Healing, you learn how to apply it on others, but everything you apply on others, you can also apply on yourself. And that's where it gets most powerful. So there were two beliefs that kind of came up this morning when I asked what to work on. So with Theta Healing, we connect to a source energy we call creator of all that is. You can also call it source. You can call it God. You can call it the divine, whatever works for you. So we're going to connect up to that energy. And from that energy, we can scan the energy field, identify the beliefs we have. Then we test our subconscious beliefs. And after we've tested the subconscious beliefs, we will do some questioning about where they came from. Because beliefs, there are surface beliefs, but when you go deeper, we need to find that belief that's underneath everything. We call it the bottom belief. To be able to kind of resolve things from the core. We're not just treating the symptoms. We're going back to the cause and resolving it there. So then usually when we found that bottom belief, we test it again. So we test the subconscious to see if that belief is there in the subconscious. And from there, we're going to identify why the subconscious is holding on to that belief. Because the subconscious is very smart. And even though the subconscious holds on to a lot of limiting beliefs that can really create our lives a lot more, make our lives a lot more challenging, it's also, it helps the subconscious in some kind of way. So we need to identify, once we've identified that limiting belief, we need to identify, how is this helping us? Why is my subconscious holding on to this? And from there, once we start identifying that, then we energetically can unlink the benefits from that limiting belief. And when we unlink all these benefits and identify what we are learning from this entire situation, then there's no reason for the subconscious to hold on to that limiting belief anymore, because it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. And then it will just automatically collapse. It will let go of it. And at the end of the session, we'll test it again and you'll see it is gone. In order to shift these things, in order to change the energy, in order to make new neural pathways within ourselves, we use a thing called Theta Healing download. So we have Theta Healing feeling work. So we upgrade the feelings, we get higher perspective of feelings, and we kind of need higher perspective of feelings in order to let go of limiting perspective of what a feeling really is, or certain things, what they feel like. And then we do Theta Healing downloads to upgrade the energy field, to strengthen the energy field, to disconnect the positive from the negative. So let's start with that, shall we? What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to Creative All It Is, which allows us to go into a theta brainwave. And from there, I'm going to start with scanning the energy field. I'll kind of talk you through it whilst I do it on myself. Usually I do these things in silence, but because we're doing it as an example today, I'm just going to talk you through it. And if you want to join the meditation, you can. All right, so let's just first start with testing the beliefs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip up my field, my energy field, so that I'm testing my own energy. Then I'm going to say yes. And my body knows that yes is moving forward, and I say no. And my body is moving backwards. Now, if you want to learn how to do energy testing, then put something in the comments and I can make a separate video on that. So I know I'm testing correctly. Before you test, you always want to make sure you test correctly, because it's important to make sure it's accurate. So my first belief is that I wrote down this morning: on all levels, in all languages, I know how to live fully in the flow of life. That's a no. So I don't have that, even though I want to have that. So I'm going to make sure that's going to shift. And then on any level, in any language, I block my synchronicities. Yeah. So synchronicities are a really important thing, and it's going to become more and more important, because synchronicities are almost like the confirmation that you're on the right path. Synchronicities can be so many things. You think about something in the morning and it happens to you in the afternoon. Or you think about a person and that person calls you straight away, or like very soon after. There's lots of ways that synchronicities can show in your life. And it's important to kind of become aware of synchronicities, because they're like little confirmations that you do, like in that moment, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, or you're in the right energy. Or synchronicities can be like angel numbers, 1212, 1313, 77, whatever it is. There's so many ways you can receive synchronicities, right? And on some level, certain things in my life are really in flow, but other things, especially related to like next step, what I'm going to do with my business. I've transitioned from head to heart to SusieValentine.com. And that felt right. But I'm not completely clear what direction it's going in. And I feel like I'm blocking some of the synchronicities there. So I'd like to kind of shift that so it can flow a little more. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect to the 7th plane energy, Creative All It Is energy. I'm going to guide you through that if you'd like. But Usually I would do this in my head. So take a deep breath. Relax. And allow the energy to come up from the earth, through the soles of your feet, up your legs, all the way to the top of your head. And then imagine a beautiful ball of light above your head. And this energy goes into this ball of light. It might have a color, might also be transparent, but you can see through it. And this ball of light goes high into the sky, goes past the universe, past the moon, past the stars, past the universe, through layers and layers of light. Many bright lights and white lights. Keep going up. Very good. And you keep going up a little higher. You go through golden light. You go through a jelly-like substance that shines in all the colors of the rainbow. The laws of the universe that keep everything in harmony. Keep going up. And then you get into a white, iridescent, sparkling bright light. You go deep, deep, deep into this energy. Beautiful. Your bubble of light opens up when you become one with this energy. It's the energy of creative all that is. And it's this pure, unconditional love energy. And you can feel it as light, but it's got essence. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask Creator to cleanse the energy field. Then we just witness how the field gets cleansed. And if you like that as well, I can ask Creator to also cleanse your field. You just need to say yes to that. Beautiful. Then we do a little rinse in the seventh plane again to balance the energy, clean the energy. Then we're going to start with doing an energy scan. So I'm going to start doing an energy scan on my own body to just see what's going on in my energy. And when I do that, I always ask Creator to do it, right? So I do it from Creator's perspective. Because that's the highest perspective, and that lets fall away the judgment and the emotions and everything that we are going through on this earthly plane. And when I scan my energy, in general it's pretty light, but there are a few like darker spots, and it's like a block of the flow of energy in my body. And I feel that's linked to the synchronicities. All right. So now I'm just going to start doing the role of practitioner, Theta Healing practitioner, and the role of the client. So I'm going to switch in between the two by asking myself questions that I'm getting through creator energy. And then I'm going to answer them from the client perspective. And then I'm going to ask more questions through creator energy as the practitioner perspective. And then I'm going to answer them again. Yeah, this can go quite quick. So I'm just going to check in with creator where to start this digging session or this self-belief work session. And I'm going to dig to that bottom belief. I've got the two top beliefs because I just don't know how to live fully in flow and I'm blocking my synchronicities. Okay, so I'm hearing from creator. What was the first time you started blocking your synchronicities? I'm going to just feel into that. Mm, interesting. I'm seeing like some kind of images that are coming through that it's like before you came to Earth, you started blocking your synchronicities. I'm asking why, and then I'm getting the answer like you thought life would be too easy and a bit boring for you if everything would flow perfectly. And it's so interesting because I'm a person who's very quickly bored and I always need new things to look at, new challenges, new projects. Yeah, I'm excited about these things. Okay. So I had a fear around life being too easy and being boring. Okay. So then the next question, what's the worst that can happen if life is too easy and too boring? And I don't belong? That I'm an outcast? I raise with my energy beyond the collective or beyond the average energy, and it feels very dangerous. It's like okay, the belief that's coming up, it's like I'm being killed for being enlightened. Ooh, okay. I feel like I want to write that one down because I want to test that one in a moment. When beliefs like this come up, there's nothing to be afraid of because it's very easy to shift them. Um, but honesty is like important because these beliefs are there if we are aware of it or not. And if we're not honest with ourselves, these kind of beliefs just keep being hidden, but subconsciously still keep influencing. So I like the approach better to be honest with myself, allow it to come out, even though it sounds a bit weird sometimes, some of the beliefs that come up. But then it gives me an opportunity to shift them and clear them. Okay, so I'm being killed for being enlightened, right? And then what's the worst that can happen if you're killed for being enlightened? Like, then I failed my mission on Earth. And what's the worst that can happen if you fail your mission on Earth? It feels like then I'm a doomed soul or then I'm a failed soul. And then what happens if you're a failed soul? Then I failed my soul family. What happens then if you failed your soul family? Then I'm an outcast in my soul family. All right. It's really important also to keep breathing so like energy flow can support you, right? So what's the worst that can happen if you're an outcast in your soul family? I'm abandoned by my soul family. And then what happens? It's like if I'm abandoned by my soul family, then only opens up the energy for bigger breakthroughs and for contributing to Earth and to the world in its process of evolution. So the belief here I'd say that I'd like to test is I need to be abandoned by my soul family for bigger breakthroughs to open up. I'll write that down. But it also almost feels like it's, let me just feel into that again. It's there's something slightly different still there. This is what I feel like. Okay, there's not a belief. It's like I need to be abandoned by my soul family in order to allow myself to live my purpose. So I need to be abandoned by my soul family to be able to live my purpose. Okay, let's test these, yeah? Sorry about. So I'm going to zip up again. And I'll say yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Okay, I'm testing accurately. So let's have a look here. So when you test, you always say like on any level or on all levels. On any level in any language is for negative beliefs that you don't want in your belief system. And on all levels, on all languages, is for positive beliefs that you want in your belief system. If you want more explanation on that, put it in the comments, and then I can make a separate video for you about that. So on any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family for bigger breakthroughs to open up. Okay, that's a yes. And then on any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family to be able to live my purpose. Yeah. And on any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family in order to help humanity evolve. Yeah, that's also there. Okay. And you might resonate with these things. And if you feel this resonates with you, then watching this clearing could probably also really help you shift these beliefs. It's not a guarantee, but it can very easily happen that you shift these beliefs when you like join for the rest of the session. Okay, let's have a look. There was another one that I did find earlier. On any level, in any language, I'm killed for being enlightened. Yeah, that's also there. Okay, so I've got 3 bottom beliefs and 1 belief that was kind of in the middle. So I'm just going to do a little bit of, I'm now going to find out how these beliefs are like helping me, how these beliefs are helping my subconscious, why it's holding on to them. And it's very easy to say, oh, it's not helping me, but there's always a reason, because otherwise the subconscious wouldn't hold on to them. So we're gonna have a look at that. Right, I'm gonna connect back to creator, so I see myself in a sparkling white light again. Then I do a quick scan of my energy again to just see what's going on and what the next question is. Because with Theta Healing, I'm not the one who's doing the healing. I'm connected to creator, that 7th plane energy, that all unconditional love energy. And from that perspective, I'm doing this session. So I'm kind of like handing over to creator energy here and keeping as much as possible my own thoughts, my own views, anything of that out, and being guided really by that creator energy. Okay. So the question here from creator is like, how is it helping you that you need to be abandoned by your soul family in order to like have bigger breakthroughs to open up, in order to help humanity evolve, and in order to live your purpose? How is that helping you that you need to be abandoned by your soul family first? Let me take my little blanket over me. It's nice and warm. Okay, let's feel into that. Okay. The first thing that I get is like, then you can prove that you can do it all alone. And then how is it helping me to be able to prove to do it all alone? And then I had that you know that you're good enough and that you know you're worthy. So these are the things how it's really helping me. I'm writing these things down because these things I want to download. The positive ones I want to download to myself in a moment. So know that I'm good enough, that I'm worthy. Now, you never want to download any negative beliefs or any negative energies or any low vibrational energies because you don't want to attract that in your field. Only the positives. Okay. How else is it helping me that I need to be abandoned first by my soul family? In order to live my purpose, help humanity evolve, and allow bigger breakthroughs to open up. It's allowing me to discover more of my authentic self and be more of my authentic self. Okay, I'm just going to check in if there's anything else. Is there anything else? Learning how to trust myself. What else? Now I'm going to go to the lesson. So what else am I learning from this situation? From holding on to these beliefs? I'm learning to be me. Okay. What I'm also hearing from Craig is like you're learning how to be seen. Like I'm a person that's quite happy to step into the background, doesn't necessarily need to be seen. I'm quite happy for other people to put their names on things, even though I've done a lot of work on it. Yeah, I'm quite happy to like be a little bit more towards the back and not be seen so much. Yeah, these kind of YouTube lives wouldn't have been possible before Theta Healing. I did not want to do anything like that. And with a lot of Theta Healing belief work and constantly shifting beliefs, like I'm allowing myself from a place of flow to be a bit more visible. So I'm hearing from Creator, you're learning how to be seen. But how to be it's more like how to be seen and visible from a positive perspective, from a contributor's perspective, instead of as a threat. And being seen on how to empower yourself and how to empower others. Okay. Okay, the last thing is like I'm learning how my voice is being heard and my face is being seen. I keep hearing this, by the way, from my spiritual team, and that's my next step. Okay. So I've got quite a few things on how these limiting beliefs are helping me. So it's helping me to know that I'm good enough. It's helping me to know that I'm worthy. It's helping me to discover more about my authentic self. And I'm learning to trust myself, how to be seen in a positive, contributing, and empowering way, and how my voice is being heard and my face is being seen. Those are my lessons, my 3 lessons. So now what I'm going to do, just this awareness, will already really weaken the beliefs, right? But now I'm going to use the Theta Healing technique to start shifting that energy. So it upgrades my energetic field. Now, if you'd like to receive these beliefs, the downloads as well, sorry, not the beliefs, but the downloads that I'm going to do, you can say yes to the downloads. It's your own choice. You don't have to. It's just like a little positive energy into your energy fields. For any download that I do, permission is needed. So you can say yes to some, you can say no to others, whatever works for you. Yeah. Okay. Feel into it. Follow your intuition there. All right. So I'm going to connect to Create again. See myself in the sparkling white light. Do a little rinse. Then ask Creator for the right downloads. Okay. Creator's proposing the following downloads. So Creator's like, can we give you the following downloads? What it feels like to be yourself. That you're allowed to be yourself. That it's safe to be yourself. Yes, let's do that. And then I'm witnessing them coming into my field. Witnessing is incredibly important because it shifts the energy in your fields. And if you said yes to any of these things, I will of course witness for you as well. From Creator's perspective. Keep breathing through. Okay. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to be good enough? That you know that you're good enough. That you're always good enough. What it feels like to be good enough for Creator energy. For Source energy. For God energy. For unconditional love energy. What that feels like. And that is safe. Let's complete any vows, those energetic contracts that stop you from receiving this unconditional love energy. And show you that it's safe and allowed. Without being harmed. Without being put down. Without being manipulated. And what it feels like to know your intuition. What it feels like to hear or feel or sense your intuition. And that it is safe for you. And how to allow yourself to be guided by your intuition. In a way that feels safe for you. If you like that, you can see it. You might already feel the energy shifting. It becomes a lot lighter, especially like I feel it in my field becoming lighter. And also observe that for people watching live or the replay, it's also like becoming lighter a little now. Okay. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to be good enough? That you are good enough. That what it feels like to be worthy. That you are worthy. What it feels like to be worthy. Without needing to prove yourself. Without needing to prove yourself to yourself. Without needing to prove yourself to others. Without needing to prove anything. That you're already worthy and already enough. Yeah, if you like that, you can say yes. And what that feels like. Okay. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to be your authentic self? What it feels like to live your authenticity. That it's safe to live your authenticity. It's safe to be seen as your authentic self. It's safe to be heard as your authentic self. Safe for your authentic self to express itself and what that feels like. When you like that, you can say yes. And breathe again. Beautiful. Okay. So can the Creator show what it feels like to trust yourself? That it's safe to trust yourself, how to trust yourself, when to trust yourself, without being naive, without being manipulated by yourself or others, without needing to constantly procrastinate. So, how to be yourself, how to trust yourself without procrastination. You like that? Say it. Beautiful. Okay. The next lesson is about being seen. So, can the creator show what it feels like to be seen in a safe way? What it feels like to be seen in an empowering way? What it feels like to be seen in a positive way? Without being judged, without attracting judgment, and also without judging others. And what that feels like. Would you like that? Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to create a show you what it feels like to be seen and contribute, to be seen and empower. And that it is allowed and that it is safe without being taken down, without being hunted, without being attacked. Yeah, without fighting, without needing to prove yourself, without needing to fight. Beautiful. If you like that, you can say yes. And keep breathing. Okay, can we bring in this energy of balance? Perfect balance. What that feels like. And harmony. What that feels like. Perfect harmony. That this is possible for you, that this is allowed for you, that you can, through the energy of harmony and balance, you can live your purpose, reach your goals from a place of flow, from a place of synchronicity, from a place of ease. And what that feels like, that it is possible and allowed. Would you like that? Beautiful. Okay. Now allow the creator to show you what it feels like for your voice to be heard and your face to be seen as your authentic self, someone who contributes, who empowers, who has a light and vibrant energy. And that, well, it feels like that this positivity spreads as a ripple effect into the world, and that this is allowed and safe. And that you're always being supported and guided by the divine energy, by your spiritual team, and how to allow that support and guidance in and what that feels like. Would you like that? Okay, now let's remove any psychic attacks from your energy field. Psychic attacks can come in when people talk negatively or have negative energy towards you. Usually energy field is pretty good at protecting itself. But when you trust somebody, it is familiar with that energy and it's easier to let that energy come through because you trust it. So psychic attack is actually, when it's in your energy field, very often from people you trust, you like, or you know quite well. So I'm just here, creator, to release any psychic attack and send it into creator's light. If you'd like that, you can say yes. I'm definitely doing it for myself. Yeah, you might feel or witness some of these like darker little bits leaving, or some darker or heavier energy leaving your field. That's all possible. Now you might not feel anything, it depends per person. And then the psychic attack energy that's now being released and sent in creator's light is being replaced with unconditional love, with self-care, with self-love, and what that feels like. If you like that, you can say yes. Beautiful. Now we've done a lot of the healing downloads now. We have really shifted that energy field, empowered it, lifted it up. It feels a lot better. I'm just going to ask Creator to complete the lessons that we talked about. So I'm going to ask Creator to complete the lessons of trusting myself, to complete the lessons of being seen, in a positive way, in a contributing way, in an empowering way, and to complete the lesson of my voice being heard and my face being seen. If you like this as well, we can ask Creator to do that for you too. It's your own choice. Now, just a little bit of an awareness with these lessons. When we have completed the lessons, it doesn't mean that you would never have a challenge with trust anymore if you complete the lesson of trusting yourself. Because these are kind of virtues that have so many different aspects and angles. And you might have completed the lesson from this aspect or angle now, but you might have also all these to still go through. So even if you experience something in that kind of direction, don't necessarily doubt it. Sometimes there's just a little bit more, a different angle or different aspect of that virtue to learn or that lesson to learn. Yeah. And when you kind of do this regularly and stick with it, you will see that you will be able to master these kind of lessons and virtues better and better and better over time. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to check if this healing is complete. And I hear absolutely. So let's go and check with energy testing. Oh, all right. I'm going to zip up my field again. Yes? No? Okay, testing accurately. So have a look at these beliefs. So, on any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family for bigger breakthroughs to open up. That's a no now. Let's shift it. Very good. On any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family to be able to live my purpose. It's also no. Great. On any level, in any language, I need to be abandoned by my soul family in order to help humanity evolve. No. Very good. It's also shifted on any level in any language. I'm killed for being enlightened. No. So all my bottom beliefs and the middle belief is shifted. I'm just going to check my top beliefs because usually when the bottom belief, when you have the right bottom belief and you shifted that, the top belief automatically shifts because it's linked to it. So let's see. On all levels, in all languages, I know how to live fully in the flow of life. That's a yes now. On any level, in any language, I block my synchronicities. That's a no. So that's fully completed. Now, if it hasn't completely shifted for you, that is possible. Then there is either some more digging work to do or there are other reasons why the subconscious is, what it's getting out of it. Why it is benefiting from holding on to that belief. So it's then a little bit of like doing that inner work, what I just did, about, hey, how is this helping me? When you identify that, then you can disconnect it. And then it can shift. Okay. Now, just a little thing for the Theta healers among us. Did you realize I didn't pull a bottom belief? I did almost nothing around the bottom belief. Because when you pull a bottom belief, it doesn't mean that you've actually dealt with why it was created originally. And when you focus on secondary gains and lessons, these are the reasons why these bottom beliefs were created. So when you work through these properly, you don't need to really do anything with the bottom belief. It will collapse automatically. And then it's so much less likely to come back. If you pull it, it's quite easy to come back. But if you do this properly, do secondary gains and lessons, then it's actually released by itself. Okay, so just to round this off, I'm just going to check into my fields if I'm feeling good. It feels all very balanced. It feels good. It feels complete. Okay. Now I'm going to ask Create to clear the space. I'll do this for myself, but also if you'd like Create to clear the space for you, you can just say yes. And I will witness that. This also works when you watch the replay. Good. Okay. Now I'm doing a quick rinse in the seven planes. So if you have been meditating with us, this might be helpful for you because we're going to do rinsing and grounding now. So see yourself into this in the sparkling white light of the Creator. And give yourself a sparkly shower or rinse. To really cleanse your energy. Beautiful. And then you can hop back into your bubble of light. We're doing the long way of grounding today. So visualize you being in a bubble of light from the seventh plane. And you go back from the sparkling white light back through the jelly-like substance. And then you come through the golden light. So visualize yourself coming back through the golden light. And then visualize yourself coming back through the layers of light. Back into the universe, back to your crown chakra. And then this unconditional love energy flows through your body from the top of your head all the way to the soles of your feet, off into the earth. Beautiful. And then you draw up energy from the earth back into the soles of your feet, up your legs, up your hips, your upper body, all the way to the top of your head, filling your entire body up with unconditional love and grounding energy of Mother Earth. This is important to ground. And take a deep breath. And open your eyes. And you can do an energy break if you'd like to. That's your right hand with the thumb down. Your left hand, thumb up. You rub your hands together. Your left hand turns around and pushes the energy away. Your right hand turns around towards you and pushes the energy towards you. So you're breaking heaven energy gap. And then you zip up your field. And that's it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this Theta Healing, self-healing example. And I hope you're feeling good in your energy. And I'm going to do this more regularly. So I will be back next week, Thursday at 7 a.m. See you then.